Started wearing earrings again.
Down there?
No,
on your
no.
ears.
No, on my ears.
Okay.
And when you don't wear earrings for a while, the holes sometimes close and sometimes don't. So if an earring hole doesn't close,
put me over the top.
Yeah, it's really hideous. When the holes don't close up, a cheese collects in those holes.
Oh wow, this is so much worse than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it really is. I am now, as part of my daily maintenance routine, I have to clean these things to ensure that this cheese is no longer there. I never knew it was there because I just ignored it for years. So for all those of you out there who have holes that you've let not heal up, try squeezing your ears and seeing what squirts out.
So it's in the actual ear.
In the hole.
In the hole.
In the earring hole of your ear. See what squirts out, and just for kicks, take a good whiff of it. I wouldn't make that sound today of all days.
You just made my answer easy, though. The grossest thing about me is the fact that I know you.
Is listening to me. Yeah.
And so that's the worst thing about you.
I think it's pretty bad.
Can you explain what the smell smells like? Is it like a gorgonzola? Does it smell like an actual cheese?
I was going to say, if you'd like me to display what it is, I'll go into my kitchen and get a big hunk of provolone cheese for you guys to smell.
No, that's all right.
That's exactly what it smells like. No, it doesn't. Here's the thing. I don't have it anymore.
I'm kind of hungry now.
I don't have it anymore because I keep myself... I keep it as part of my maintenance procedures every day.
Oh, man.
I knew that by bringing this up...
Was that the crutch bell, or was that the Brian stop, I can't take any more bell?
Yeah, I don't know what I said.
Here's the thing.
Did I really?
Yeah.
That's odd. I've never heard myself say that before. But, so I didn't know if I should even bother bringing this up. One, because it's somewhat embarrassing to think that I have cheese ears, but more importantly than that is the fact that I don't know if you guys have anything grotesque about yourself. I don't know if you'll bring anything up.
Well, now after saying that, we have to now.
It's not that you have to. I mean, it's I just don't know if anyone. I don't know if everyone is as hideous as me. That you actually have a gross that you hide.
You know what grosses me out the most about myself?
I thought you were going to say about you. You know what grosses me out the most about you?
I got a list of those. I've been sitting here making it.
That's our number 2.
When I take my belt off, the belt lines underneath my giant fat stomach,
see, that doesn't gross...
It looks like I was branded as a fat guy.
That doesn't gross me out. I almost kind of like that feeling of when the elastic band is tight and when you take it off and you see the marks in your body.
It bothers me.
It's such a relief when you feel like, it's terrific.
It feels okay, but it just bothers... Then that wears off and
that's not the same gross. That's a psychological gross,
I have a little pocket in the back of my throat that catches food as I swallow it, and it sort of digests it, and I have to exhaust it. It's actually pretty painful to get that stuff out, and it smells like poop. It's
I'm sorry.
And it's horrifying. It's like little pieces of white pearl that is like...
This is
nasty.
exactly what I'm talking about.
It's horrible.
Allow me to also point out that I have pretty bad ingrown toenails.
Wait a minute. Don't go past... I want to understand what Brian is saying right now. Wait a minute. So when you swallow, there's a little pocket in your throat, like a glove, like a catcher's mitt, that catches the food, and you have to throw it back up?
No, it doesn't happen all the time. It just... sometimes food collects in there, and it becomes digested after a little while. So it's
the same way that something gets stuck someplace and rots... It's doing in Brian's mouth if he doesn't pay attention to it.
Oh, and how can you how can you get rid of it? You have to stick your throat...
I have to stick my finger down in my throat and kind of choke on it until it comes out, and it's nasty. It's really nasty.
Where exactly is the pocket?
You know how where that little the thing that dangles down.
What I call the epiglottis, even though that's not what the epiglottis is.
It's where that is connected to the roof of the mouth, just behind that.
How could you get there?
I gotta stick my finger in the back.
How would
of
you
my
even
throat.
know? How would you ever know to discover that problem?
When I first discovered it, I was like a young, like teenager or something like that, and it just started, I would cough, and this stuff would come out of my mouth. I was like, what the hell's that? So I did some looking.
Exploratory work? Reconnaissance mission in your mouth?
Either of you.
It's disgusting. It's awful.
Yeah, I don't think if I had that, I don't think I could get my finger up into the back of my mouth that high to do something about it. By the way, what's
There's
the
a
reaction?
terminology for that. I forget what the word is, but it's a common thing.
Any reaction in the chat room to any of this grotesqueness that's going on?
Yeah, everyone's freaking out.
Really pleased with us. By the way, you should get in that Pal Talk room down in that bottom there.
So how do you dispose when you get a chunk out of the throat?
Oh!
How do you dispose of what's on your finger?
He actually has a jar in his freezer, and he keeps those. And then they're for later. He uses them later.
Yeah, I throw them out. Throw them out. They go away.
He has an ice cube tray.
Do you ever remember, like, what was your most memorable food experience? Like, do you remember having, like, a whole chicken, like, wing down there or something?
Good.
No, it all turns into the same white,
Mush?
pearly kind of chunk. And they're tiny little chunks, but they turn into, like,
You're like half clam or something.
I've definitely
weird.
coughed up little white chunks before in my life.
it's happening to you, too, then.
No. I mean, when I was a kid, it hasn't happened in forever. That's why I just assumed that was like I didn't brush well, probably. But they look like little. You're gonna tell me honestly, you dispose of them. You're gonna tell me you've never once tried to eat one.
No. Oh, God.
The fact that you sounded so sincere when you said that upset me a little.
But honestly, you're gonna
Tried to eat one.
you're gonna tell me there are things in your life you've never tried, like that maybe like isn't what you think it should be used for, and maybe you just tried it.
I don't know. The grossest thing I do, maybe sometimes I pick my nose and eat it.
You don't really do that still
I
at this
might.
point in your life.
I might.
See,
If I can't flick it off my finger, I'll just
I
do
do
that.
want to say I appreciate Brian for being forthcoming and coming here, and I am ashamed of the two of you that you're going to sit quietly and claim that you're the most perfect people in the world, and there's nothing
No.
gross
He
about
said
you.
he picks his
Nose and eats it. I mean,
Yeah, but I don't believe that that's true.
sometimes I don't know. Like, I don't have any weird
Yeah,
thing
I-
like that. As something that's oozing or gets stuck.
I'm just saying,
Like maybe when I wipe my butt, I'll smell the
what
toilet
is-
paper. Like,
what is the grossest thing about yourself? The grossest thing about yourself.
probably my sweat. My sweat stains. I always have sweat stains. Always, but to the point where they'll go up to my shoulders. Like there'll be rings around
Down
my
his
shirt.
legs.
Yeah, look at this already. Do I have them?
If it, yeah, you do. You're hideous with your sweating, but that's a fairly. I know Brian also sweats like a disgusting.
Maybe
monster
this,
too.
when I sweat really bad, behind my ears smells terrible.
What do you mean? Only when you sweat or regularly?
Not regularly. Like, if I'm just clean. But, like, if I'm, like
That-
wiping my head with, like, I'll notice, like, that it smells really terrible behind my ears from sweating.
What do you mean by terrible?
Like, just bad.
But define like what in the realm of smell: garbage smell, a cheese smell, a foot smell, a crap smell,
No, none of I can't describe it. It's an unpleasant...
honey. Does it smell like honey mixed with turkey and baked?
I know one. I got weird shaped toenails. Right. So.
Oh
maybe-
wait, hold on a second.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I know why. Well, not why, but I know you have weird shaped toenails because I've seen your brother's toenails.
Well, he had to get his removed.
Your brother's toenails were actually my buddy icon for my AIM for a short time because he took his shoes off of my house one day and I was appalled that I had to immediately start snapping pictures of it, and then I sent the pictures over to Keith so he could make me a buddy icon for my AIM.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I was
scrots.
thinking that was the guy on eBay that was selling the mixing board. That...
No, it was Freddie's brother. Freddie's brother's toe on the American flag used to be my buddy icon.
So maybe once or 2 weeks, every once or 2 weeks, I'll have to in between on the corner